This is the morning show here on Signature TV. Charles here. Pretty good morning it is, right? The 24th of February. We are in the last week rundown for the month of the second month of the year 2025. It's been quite a run. Anyways, so there's a whole lot still happening in the polity, given that the book by the former head of states of Nigeria has been causing a lot of ripple. I'm talking about the memoir of IBB. And many persons have reacted. Some persons are saying that he should be prosecuted. I'm just wondering what it would look like prosecuting IBB based on what had happened in 1993. Some others have also saying that there are actually more truths to be told. There are more persons that needs to speak, especially now that they are alive. Some say, maybe a Gowon should do something in that nature and tell the truth about the Civil War. Anyways, we're sticking to the IBB memoir and the MKO saga. We have live with us on Zoom this morning, Chief Jackson Lekan Ojo. He's a security expert and executive protection officer. Good to have you. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Are you of that school of thought that because of these revelations that IBB should be prosecuted?
To me, there is no age in life that if somebody has committed a crime against the state, there is no age, there is no condition that such a person cannot be prosecuted. What IBB did, and now that he has openly confessed, even in black and white, I think there should be a punitive actions against him, so that one will serve as a deterrent to our leader, for them to know that you cannot just be in office handling the power and you think you'll be there forever and do whatever you feel like doing forever. So it's not a bad idea anyway. But at the same time, the present president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria may want to have sympathy, and after the pronouncement of the punishment, there could be a state pardon. That is my opinion about that.
Right. Some of the revelations from that book, which we highlighted a few moments earlier, was the fact that, a lot of persons thought that the 1966 coup was the Igbo coup, but that book also highlighted the fact that it wasn't. What's your reaction to that?
Well, to me, I wouldn't want us to revisit too much about 1966 coup, because the 1966 coup eventually led to the civil war in this country. We like it or not, that was the foundation of what led to the civil war in this country. And a lot of, some part of this country felt so bad, felt like they were treated like if they are inferior, felt that they are treated like if they are third-class citizens in Nigeria. But then, it has gone, an event has overtaken it. The wound is healed already. I want us to see if the government of the day and any other government coming in the future, we kind of, if there's any way they can dress the scar so that it can become like the flesh again. That is what I think we should be thinking about now.
Okay, generally for that book, one would have thought that the many truths, maybe, because some persons have also highlighted a few things about the book that is not actually truth, but many people would have said that that book should have been some sort of blueprints for leaders of today to be able to champion the right cause. So while you are in power, endeavor to make sure that the will of the people in all ways prevail. Do you see that book as one pivotal instrument that can make our leaders do the right things?
It is never an instrument to make our leader think aright. Why am I saying this? It was unfortunate when I saw some faces sitting down there, and those are the people that pretended that they fought for June 12th. They fought for late Abiola. I saw them that day. That occasion, that day is not an occasion that warranted the people laughing, clapping, and throwing banter. It's an occasion that called for a very calm situation, sober reflection, a situation whereby people would have been sharing tears. MK Abiola died as a result of what happened during June 12th. I lost so many of my friends. I lost relations, many Nigerians, many communities, many local government, many states lost one or two persons during that period. But when these our leaders, they sat there that day throwing banter, it's like those people were dancing on the grave of Nigerians that died because of the annulment of June 12th. So to me, if they have forgotten about it and they have taken it for a joke now, what lessons do you think a day of sober reflection was turned to a day that billions were donated for that book and for the project? You understand? So to me, it was unfortunate. And there is nothing in that book. Babangida confessional statement so many since that time contradicted a lot of what was in that book that day. So what are we talking about? Why is it now, when Abacha was alive, Babangida could not come to the public to say Abacha was the one that annulled it? And how can a commander-in-chief be in office, in charge of the military, in charge of the government, and another general under him, another election, and he could not come out and defend himself that time and let Nigeria persecute the person? You understand? So to me, there are a lot of contradictions there that do not make that book any way valuable to me.
But some persons would say, well, is it not better to have told the truth and then look for solutions rather than just, keeping quiet and just continue with that lies that have continued to fester?
My dear brother, and let the whole world listen to what I'm saying now. If in a situation, maybe in an industry, if I go to remove some part of the generator and we can't power the system, we can't power the complex, and I later come back and say, this is the part of generator I removed, let me fix it back. And immediately I fix it back, we were able to power the generator. It's quite different from this. Those damages, the death of late MK Abiola, the death of late MK Abiola's wife, the death of so many Nigerians, what are you going to do to resolve that? Are you going to create a statute now and say this is MK Abiola alive? Immediately after that one, immediately MK Abiola died. Almost all of his industries dead. ITT, FRCN, all these died. Abiola Bakery, Abiola Farm, Summit Oil, a lot of other industries died. Immediately, those conglomerate went down. Simply, all those people working in those industries, in those companies, they are jobless today. You understand? So this is an irredeemable damage that IBB caused this country. So we don't need the truth now. The truth now could not repair anything. And the truth, the only thing is maybe our leaders could learn from it, but they are not going to learn from it because you saw them there throwing banters. Osoba was there, Tinubu was there, Obasanjo was there, and a host of other Democrats across the party line then. They were there that day throwing banters, donating billions. So what are we talking about? No. That book is, to me, I think the book is useless. That book is just there to remind. That book, if it remains in circulation, it will cause enmity among people in this country. All those people that lost 1 or 2 persons during that period, by the time they read that book, they become sad. And they will rise against the country one way or the other, even in their opinion. So to me, it's not a good material that should be allowed to remain in circulation, that should be allowed to remain in libraries. Honestly, that is my personal opinion anyway. And as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I think I have right to my opinion.
No doubt that that event was significant enough to impact so many things, economy, our social fabric, our people, sense of belonging. That did. But 32 years down the line, do you think leaders that have come afterwards have highlighted those issues and solving those issues, especially as it relates to the thwarting the people's will?
That is the most grievous offense that was committed. People of the Federal Republic of Nigeria decided in a state-sponsored election to say this is our next leader. And they went out to vote for that leader. It was like a coup against democracy, against Abiola, against the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It was an oppressive coup, honestly. And there is no leader. The only person I've tried a little was General Muhammadu Buhari when he was the president. He recognized MK Abiola as the president-elect then. Is his picture going to be in the Hall of Fame? Is he going to be there as a day president? Did he rule? Did he govern the country in a day? Was he sworn in? So when you look at the angle of the law, he won the election, but he was not sworn in. So at least General Buhari tried a little, but no other leader. The gathering of those leaders there last week, Thursday or thereabout, I think is to laugh and make jest of the collective will of Nigerians during June 12th, to mock the man that won the election, to mock the democracy, and to mock the numbers of people that died in that process, to mock the economy that was battered because of that process. So to me, God has blessed Nigeria with everything, but we have been so unlucky when it comes to the issue of leadership.
You know, that election was and still is one of Nigeria's freest elections. It was so unfortunate that it didn't scale through. But again, the other question on the other side would be, we've had elections since that particular elections, an opportunity for Nigeria to be able to show that we have overcome that past black day. But have you seen us grown above that particular process that happened in 1993 with our elections that have happened since the return to democracy in 1999?
I was in my late 20s then. Now I'm in my late 50s. My experience then is still in my head now. It remains very, very lively. The bitterness I bear then is still in my head till now. Because of what happened that time, I've never trusted any election in this country. So many Nigerians, since that time, because of what happened, you tell them to go and vote, they will tell you which one. Is it that your vote will not count? If your vote can't, maybe somebody might just rise up to annul the election, to cancel the election. So that thing is there. It remains. It remains indelibly, indelibly high on the memory of Nigerians. So that thing is still there, fresh. And since that time, which election has come, that Nigerians have not complained. The one 1999, 1988-1999 election conducted by Abiola Abubakar, there was a lot of complaint because people went to court to go and challenge the election from at all levels, from local government to state, Senate, House of Reps, governorship and presidency. People challenged it in court. 2003, people came out to challenge it in court. 2011, people challenged it in court. 2015, people challenged it in court because they are all shambolic. 2019, people challenged it in court. 2023, it was almost one of the worst elections. So in the history, political history of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we have not gotten anything like the 1983 presidential election. It was annulled by a man. And that man came out now, began to tell lies against some people that are dead, began to give flimsy excuses. What happened that time was like a coup, because he said if he had announced this man, declared the president, some people were ready to kill him. That means they were planning coup against a democratic system in Nigeria. What happened? What happened between Babangida and Vasha? Just information that Vasha is best friend, planned coup against him. It was not investigated. It was investigated hurriedly, and that one was executed. Now that you are the sitting president and somebody planned coup, telling you that they are going to go against democratic settings in this country, and you kept quiet. You allowed those people to be alive. You allowed them to be free. My dear brother, honestly, we've not gotten any election like that in this country. And I pray if the crop of leaders today, if the way they appoint INEC chairman, INEC commissioners, others, if it continues this way, we will never get it right politically in this country.
How do you think the appointment of INEC chairman should happen in order for us to get it right?
Let them contest. Let the interested people, let them contest for it, for the position.
How?
Contest, let them contest for the position of INEC chairman, and let the people, maybe retired judges, retired military general, retired military and paramilitary chiefs, the dons of the universities. We still have some persons in this country today that are still very good, but they don't have opportunity. We have some persons today in Nigeria that if they contest for the position of INEC chairman, if Nigerians vote for them, if they win, they become the INEC chairman, we know that the whole money in the Central Bank of Nigeria cannot convince them. The whole money in the whole Central Bank of Nigeria cannot make them misbehave because they are highly principled. That is one. Two, each member of the political party must be part of our electoral umpires, so that let there be representation. Let the member of APC, PDP, all of that, let them be part of the board of INEC, so that whatever they are doing, all the political parties are well represented. So that there is no way I can be sitting down representing a political party and some people are sitting down there, they want to manipulate. No, it is not this selection system Mr. President will just wake up one morning and just call one of his friends. And we get somebody that will be loyal to us. And we get somebody that will do our bidding. And somebody will just bring somebody. He become our next chairman. Since the day that person is sworn in, he start doing the bidding of the party in power. Let that one stop. We don't want selection again. We don't want selection again. No way.
All right. In 1999, there was this deliberate move in order to appease the people of the Southwest, of course, owing to what had happened in 1993.
Yes.
We had the two major party, produce people from the Southwest. Obasanjo would go ahead to win. But I'm just wondering if you think that in some way healed the wounds that people felt, of the annulment in 1993.
No. They tried to use that one to see if they can pacify the people of the Southwest. That was why, even when Obunaya contested on the platform of APP, what did they do? They tell him to step down. So it was between Yorubas and Yorubas that time. And eventually a Yoruba man emerged. With due respect, Obasanjo was there for 8 years. The road between Lagos and his hometown was not constructed, was not rehabilitated. It doesn't matter. I don't believe this idea of say, let the Yoruba do it this time, let the Hausa do it this time. When Obasanjo was there, how many people was he able to bring out of poverty? How many new industry was able to influence in Yoruba land? How many roads was he able to build in Yoruba land? Even in Lagos State, just because President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as governor that time decided to create 37 more local government development areas. What happened? His Yoruba brother, who was the president, seized the allocation of Lagos State. Even when the Supreme Court ruled, this General Obasanjo flouted the order of the Supreme Court. It was a man from Katsina State, from the Northwest, that came to effect the ruling of the Supreme Court. Is there a Yoruba man? So I don't believe in all this. They just did it that time to put one of their own. They were not ready, the military people, they were not ready to hand over to a civilian, a Democrat. So what they did was to hand over the power to their fellow military general. And that was the reason. To me, I believe they used it to compensate the military community, not the Yorubas. Yes, because Olufalaye claimed to have won that election, if not because they want to satisfy the military. Olufalaye was secretary to the federal government, to IBB. Olufalaye was a one-time minister of finance and economic planning and budget under IBB. Who do you think IBB should more than Olufalaye? No. But they want to compensate one of their own military general. That was what they did that time. It was not to satisfy the Yoruba race. No.
All right. One of the things that have played, a prominent role in our polity is ethnicity. So many persons feel that when candidates emerge, they first look at people's ethnicity, where they are from, before they even talk about their capacity. How do you think that can change? Because it does look like that might just be another problem that has bedeviled our politics in the last 25 years.
Let me now go back to start my analysis from 25 years. Let me start from the period President Muhammadu Buhari came to power. When President Muhammadu Buhari came to power, At a particular time, he even opened mouth to say, I am going to favor the people that voted for me more than the people that do not vote for me. And there are some region in this country, the geopolitical zone in this country that did not vote for him more. And those people felt it truly, that, oh, truly, we didn't vote for this man, and this man is proving to us that we did not vote for him. Most of the appointment, major, what Nigeria politicians call juicy appointment, during President Muhammadu Buhari, they are from the northern Nigeria. And Nigerians shouted, we cried out. Immediately, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came. Look at what has happened too. The same thing. That is why ethnicity politicking will not stop. Ethnic sympathy will not stop in Nigeria body politics. Today, the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Finance is from Lagos. Has worked with the governor, the president in Lagos as governor. The governor of Central Bank, the same. The Inspector General of Police has worked with him before from Yoruba land. The Director General of DSS, Yoruba man. Custom, Yoruba man. Chief of Army Staff, Yoruba man. What are we talking about? This is prebendalism. A system of government whereby every good thing is act to the side of the leader. This is nepotism. A lot of favoritism is there. Nobody is talking in this country today since the period of Muhammadu Buhari. Nobody is talking of merit. It's favoritism, prebendalism, nepotism. That is what we have been having. After President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whosoever that produce the president, look at what he will do. He will pack his people around him. A time is coming. People, the leader will pack people from his community, not even from his state. Somebody told me some time ago, he said, it's like Tinubu is urbanize this system. I said, no, it's Lagosianizing it. Yes. So if this thing continue, my dear brother, we are going nowhere. We want a situation whereby an Igbo man become president. He look for the best military man from Maiduguri and appoint him. He look for the best economist from Ilesa, from Osun State, and appoint him. He look for merit, those people that merit it.
All right, Chief Jackson, many thanks for your insights and your input on the show. It's been one very revealing one. Truly appreciate you. Chief Jackson, Lekan Ojo is a security expert and executive protection officer.
Signature TV. News in your pocket.